Hi, thanks for taking a minute to hear what I've got to say today about speaking so business decision makers will listen. A pretty topical discussion right now given this very tight economy. My name's Bruce Shear, and I focus most of my attention on bringing 20 plus years of B2B strategic consulting experience to Mark's clients in the form of business planning, positioning and business value proposition development, and interactive and social media marketing strategy. A few of the big challenges I see sales reps facing these days is actually reaching the business or economic decision makers. You know, the guys with the money who call the shots, and communicating in a way they will actually listen. What I have to say today has worked its magic across a number of our clients. Here we see a few different decision makers. Very often we have technical decision makers and business or economic decision makers. You'll see where each sits typically in the organization. You'll have technical evaluators and managers that we most often bump into. And we see their concerns here. All the technical details surrounding your offering, as well as their keen interest in how the offering will impact their life. Personal. Will they be going home earlier? And professional. Will they have a more pleasant work experience and get better results? Next, we have the VP level. Now we've moved into a whole new world, a world of business value, and we need to help the VP make the right business value decision. Here, the VP is worried about how the solution will help increase or protect revenues on multiple competitive fronts, and how the solution will help reduce costs. They also want to know about time to benefit and investment payback, and also if there's any strategic value associated with the offering. Finally, the highest tier is the executive level and the board. You'll need to eventually approach this level with your bigger deal sizes. Here's the types of things they're concerned about: market share, stock price, etc., earnings per share, etc. At the VP level, that's where many of the purchasing decisions are being made or rejected. And this is where you'll need to speak business value in order to be heard. So to speak business value, you first need to discover and define it. Here's an example mind map of business value benefits we discovered with a mobile field service technician-oriented solution. You'll see we have different nodes around here: the revenue-enhancing benefits, operational cost-reducing benefits, TCO-oriented benefits, and strategic benefits, and all the different assumptions we are making about where those benefits would lie. Next, we did a whole bunch of market testing, talking to analysts, customers, sales reps, other people, field technicians, etc. Really kind of spidering the target customer organization to figure out and test with them, hey, would they actually see the business value that we were hypothesizing? But we really fleshed it out. You'll see those same benefits, but then we have really tight definitions around those and all the business value messaging that we want to be speaking about with these business decision makers, that VP level I was talking about. So once you've got all that content, you can start to weave that business value message across multiple marketing, collateral, and sales tools to enable the business value discussion. From awareness across to interest, belief, acquisition, and reinforcement, just a host of different deliverables that business value content is going to reside within. But that's just about speaking business value. But the other thing we need to do is actually show business value through quantifying it through a quantified business case. I'd like to next show you an example business value calculator. You're free to download off our site, Estimate Business Value. I'm hoping you'll find our tool example pretty slick. Its role in the sales process is to quantify a directional business value analysis to help the customer see the ballpark potential value. Here's a home screen of this example desktop tool where we are just seeking a few inputs to get the analysis process moving with the customer. I like to take the customer for a quick spin through the tool, just like I will with you now, to show them what the analysis building experience will be, convince them of the relevance of the tool in going through the process, and getting their commitment to spend a bit of time with me to complete the analysis. So let's go ahead and check out. Here you're going to see we've got a host of different visuals that we can select that show the quantified business value, but from a visual. Here's your typical payback or break-even visual most business decision makers want to see. And yet another visual. And then we can look at the business value benefits themselves. You'll see that, a host of different benefits here. I'm just showing you a select few. But then we can, look at, from a top line level, we've got the value. Then you can actually kind of, look, we've got that helpful messaging, if you can remember, that's built in to explain the business benefit. But then you can drill down into the calculations themselves, the assumptions, the benchmark data that we use to, help, increase customer understanding and their competency analysis. And you can make adjustments along the way with the customer. At the end of the whole process, you get a dynamically generated report that you and your prospect can take upstairs to the economic decision makers, to the VP, or even at the board level to get approval. And here you'll see a host of different, information. It's at a summary level. It's not a pounder, if you would. It's not a huge document, but it definitely speaks to the fiscal economic value of your solution and also the strategic benefits. So I'd like to encourage you to download the same tool I just showed you and kind of play with it a little bit more. I do think it's a best-in-class example of how to talk business value in terms of quantifying it with your customer. So I hope this has been able to give you a few ideas on how to market and sell differently in order to speak business to business decision makers in a way that they'll listen. And by all means, contact me if you have any questions or concerns. And thanks for your time today, and see you in this post.